Welcome back to week 6 of Destiny 2 Forsaken. This is the final week for the Ascendant challenge rotations and the week I've been waiting for so I can finally get my in-game title of Cursebreaker with the final lore piece locked away in the last Ascendant challenge. Now, while there might be another surprise waiting for us, we are also in the next phase of the curse, kind of like the middle area. So let's dive into all of it, check out what has reset, what's new, the flashpoint, bounties, raid, Ascendant challenge locations, and lots more. Guardians, what's going on, y'all? Sly here, back at it with week 6 of my weekly reset guide. Now, I've had some problems keeping up the regular reset guides. Since I'm not full-time, I'm definitely doing what I can, so apologies about that. So without further ado, let's start out with the usual, guys. We're going to hop up into orbit and check out all of the gold star challenges, as well as the flashpoint, nightfall, and the modifiers, the adventures, daily story, etc. And then we're going to take a look at some of the newer bounties at the Tangled Shore, go to the Dreaming City, look for the Ascendant challenge location, Eververse, and much more. So strap in and let's do the damn thing. Alright guys, so here we are up in orbit. Let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at everything that has reset for this week, including the flashpoint. And as you can see, the flashpoint is going to be a Titan for this week. Let's go ahead and hop in there and take a look at our first adventure, which is going to be Siren Song. So can't wait for that. And of course over here we have complete weekly activities on Titan for your powerful reward choice. So if you're looking for the Wayfarer title and all those destination related things, this is going to be the week to do it because Titan is the last one you should need. Alright, so as we can see guys, everything is back. Let's take a look at the tower, and of course we have our usual coming up here. We have the clan rewards, 5,000 XP, and the 20 bounties for Ikora. Coming down to the Vanguard, let's take a look at this week's Nightfall. Mosey on over here, and our 3 choices are Warden of Nothing, the Corrupted, or the Pyramidian. Once again, all of these have strike specifics in there, so it is definitely worth getting. Warden of Nothing has the awesome hand cannon that they talk about in the lore. The Corrupted has the pulse rifle, and the Pyramidian has the sniper rifle. So if you're looking for one of those, this is definitely your week to get it. Alright, so next up, let's take a look at the daily heroic missions, and that'll give us a good idea for the modifiers as well. So, for today, we have Looped, Chosen, Pilgrimage, Ice and Shadow, and Nothing Left to Say. If you guys are looking to bust through this really quickly, Ice and Shadow is super easy. Once you start, just run past all the enemies until you get to the end, you kill the ogre, and you're done. Do that 3 times, and you have your loot ready. So that's the one I would definitely choose over all the other ones. However, just be aware that when these things change over, there is a triumph to do. You have to do all of the bosses from all the past DLCs. So you need to fight Gaul, Panoptes, and do the final mission in Forsaken to get those triumphs. So if you need that, make sure you guys keep an eye on that. Alright, so for the modifiers this week, for the weekly Singe, we have Solar Singe all this week, so that's going to make things pretty easy. And for the dailies, we have Blackout and then Brawler. Brawler is freaking amazing if you're on the new Solar Hunter. You can just get your knives back like instantaneously. Like it's fun. If you haven't done it yet, hop on your Hunter, put on your new subclass, and just go to town. You can actually do the entire like strike or the entire mission by throwing nothing but knives. It's pretty fun. All right, so next up, let's take a look at the strikes. Nothing special, like you said. Complete 3 strikes with your entire team members using the same subclass. Alright guys, well that's it for here. Next up, we're going to go take a look at the Crucible and see what's going on over here. So, as usual, we have our Quick Play, and then we have Rumble, and for this week's rotating, we have Supremacy. Last week was doubles. Supremacy is now back up, so if you missed yourself some crests, this is definitely the time to go get it. Then, of course, over here, Private Matches and Competitive. And as for Gambit, of course, here it is reset as well, 0 of 3. Alright guys, well our first stop this week is going to be the Dreaming City. Let's go take a look to see where the Ascendant challenge is, and we'll take a look at her bounties. Good thing, as you can see, the curse is now in the middle stage, which is the growing stronger stage, and she is at the spawn point or the fast travel, which is freaking amazing. So let's hop in there first and take a look at her bounties, and then I'll show you guys where the Ascendant challenge is. So while Petra's dropping the hottest mixtape ever, let's take a look at her pursuits. So for this week, we have the Oracle Engine. After that, War for the Dreaming City, which is, you guys all know, complete 8 daily bounties. After that, the Ascendant Challenge, and then the final one here is Gateway Between Worlds, which gives you the offering to the Oracle. Of course, you fill this up by doing the Blind Well. As for the dailies, we have Fieldwork, 4 patrols completed. Reagent Resourcing, 15 Baryon Bow, or B-Bros. Then we have Defender of the Well, Lost in the Mist, Bay of Drowned Wishes, and then finally here, Challenge Plague Breaker. Defeat 15 Servants of the Plague. Let me just grab all these bad boys.
You'll like that one.
Alright, y'all, so next up, let's take a look at this week's Ascendant Challenge. Now, they've always been in either a lost sector, or they've been somewhere in some kind of like hidden corner. They've been in the Bay of Drowned Wishes already, they've been to the, the Felian's Rest. Logically, I think we're going to have to go to the one in Ria Silvia. So let's hop up over there and see if that's where we need to go. Hint, pretty sure that's where we got to go. And I was correct. Head over to the Lost Sector in Ria Silvia, and then right above the Lost Sector chest, you will see the portal. Now, there is also an Ascendant chest inside this room as well, which is something I'll cover in full in another video, along with the other 9 locations. But if you're looking to get the Triumph for the Dreaming City completed, then definitely grab this chest. Once again, I will also have an Ascendant Challenge guide coming out a little later as well. But this is the location if you want to dive in and explore for yourself. But now, let's go on with the rest of the reset guide. So, hop on out of that bad boy, and now let's go ahead and head over to the Tangled Shore and take a look at the bounties for Spider. Alright, Guardians, welcome to the Tangled Shore. So, let's take a look at his bounties. And, ooh, looks like I need some ghost fragments. Alright, so starting off with these small guys, we have Palace Siegebreaker. That one's going to be over here at Thieves Landing on the Tangled Shore. Then we have Kurg, the All-Seeing Force, at the Pit, at the EDZ. Console Partisan, we have him at Sork's Cut. And then we have Dust Chokes Thrag, it's going to be at the excavation site in the EDZ. Then we have Fizan Downed Captain, Flooded Chasm in the EDZ. Mazan Lost Captain, Widow's Walk in the EDZ. Karagul, which is the Methane Flush on Titan. Then we have Pandrock, Pillar of Nothing, Sanctum of Bones on Io. Calzar, I believe? Salazar? Not really sure. Anyway, Shaft 13 in the EDZ. Pakrion, Ancient's Haunt on Nessus. Then the 3 harder ones, we have Disgraced Brachus, Winding Cove, Arcane Mine, the Cistern on Nessus, Splendid Mine, Glade of Echoes, and finally the one that really matters, the powerful reward, we have the Gravetide Summoner, and that's going to be, of course, its own little adventure. So, always worth a grab. If you don't do any of these guys, it's always worth getting this very last one, because of course, a powerful reward will rank you up, so always the best way to go. Now, if you need ghost fragments like I do, one of the best things to do, guys, just do bounties and try to do heroic public events. That's the easiest way to get them. Alright, well, that's everything here in the Tangled Shore, my friends. Our next stop, we're heading over to the tower. But just in case you guys missed it at the beginning, let's talk about the world event. So our Tier 4 Unstable Charge for this week is going to be the Hive Boss, Krager. The week when the curse is growing stronger is a Hive week, so we have a Hive Boss. And for the level 7 Escalation Protocol out there on Mars, it's going to be a Sniper Rifle week, and you're going to be facing Damkath, the Mask. Alrighty, welcome to the tower, my friends. First stop, we're going to take a look at Banshee and his mods for the day. We'll take a look at the 2 weekly bounties over there for Hawthorne and the Drifter. Then we will take a look over at Eververse and wrap it up. So let's stop over here at Banshee and see what he's got for us today. Now, believe it or not, guys, mods are pretty powerful in Forsaken. So if you haven't messed around with mods that much, it's definitely worth a try. I recently put a counterbalance mod on the raid auto rifle, and it made a world of difference. It's already super stable, but the recoil is a little jumpy. Counterbalance mod made a huge difference, as well as the other mods. So make sure you guys start messing around with those. Alright, so for the mods for today, we have Paragon mod, increases class ability regeneration speed. And then over here, I believe it's Major. Yep, Major Spec deals extra damage against powerful enemies, which is an awesome mod to have, especially for something like a shotgun. Boss or Major Spec is pretty good on a shotgun. So if you haven't messed around with that either, something else I'd highly recommend. Alright, next up, Hawthorne, then the Drifter. We'll take a look at their weekly bounties. Alright, so starting off with Bird Lady. I'm just going to grab them all here. These are the dailies. No big deal with these. So the first weekly bounty, we have Blindsight. Complete Blind Well at Tier 3 or higher with clanmates. After that, Band of Adventures. Complete Adventure with clanmates. And then when we hear House Advantage. Complete Gambit matches with clanmates. And for the weekly raid challenge this week, it's going to be the Summoning Ritual once again. So I guess they're not ready to do the other ones. But kind of weird. You already completed this? You only get to do it once? That's kind of lame. Alright, well, anyway, next let's go ahead and take a look at Gambit. So for this man's weekly, we have Might of the Traveler. Earn points by casting supers, defeating enemies with supers, and creating orbs of light. As for the dailies, we'll just take a look. We have Teamwork, defeat enemy guardians in Gambit. Then we have Sunchard, use solar abilities to defeat enemies. Line them up as a fire team, defeat enemy guardians again, but once again. And then alright, complete a Gambit match. So easy. Let's grab these. After this, we're going to take a look at the raid robot. It's not really worth going over his armor anymore because nobody really cares about the armor. But if he's got a weapon that some of you are looking for, it might still be worth it. So let's pop on down and see what he's got in terms of the weapon for this week, which is going to be, once again, inaugural address, Outlaw Kill Clip. A really, really good weapon that if you do not have, you should definitely think about picking it up, because it is still pretty good, and it keeps up with the best of them in the Crucible. Okay, so Eververse is next. Let's hop on over there. Okay, so welcome to Eververse, and what is this? That looks new. The Master Archer Bundle. Let's take a peek in this bad boy. So, Author of Devastation, an ornament for Wishender, and then we have Corrupt Ether with 3 Steadfast Engrams. I gotta say, it's a pretty good looking skin if I do say so myself. However, how much is it? Oh my goodness, definitely not worth 1100 silver, not for a skin. That is cray-cray. Okay, so as usual, guys, don't forget to pick up your first bounty, which is Rise to the Challenge. You just do a challenge anywhere in the system, like, you know, do your adventure for the day, and then you will get a prismatic facet, which you can use as the, in the prismatic area, which we'll take a look at first. So, looks like I have everything. Alright, we'll take a look at it anyway, guys. We have Guardian Angel for the Chaperone. After that, we have Death to KELLS, which is the KELL dropship, which is actually one of my favorite ships to use. Moving on here, we have the Dragonfly Regalia vest. The Dragonfly set in itself is actually one of the better looking sets in the game for all classes. So if you don't have that, I definitely plan on making a fully maxed out set as soon as Masterwork cores decide to bless me. After that, we have the helmet for you. I'll take a look. Can we take a look at the helmet on this? No preview. After that, the Dragonfly Regalia Bond. That's a lot of Dragonfly stuff. Moving on to Ghost, we have the Atlantis shell. Again, these will drop with random perks, including Gambit or the Dreaming City, if you don't have a Ghost for that yet, so they're always worth getting. Then we have a ship, Astera Blade, and then a speeder called Here I Stand. They all look the same. Then, of course, we have the Jade Rabbit Projection, and then Awkward Greeting, which is kind of funny. Okay, so that's it for the Prismatic Matrix. Next, let's take a look at the Bright Dust menu, which is separate, and oh, look at that, they're selling Trombone. So let me just yoink this real quick, yoink. So, as you can see, guys, Trombone is up first. Sad Trombone, I should say. Moving on to the next one, it is a legendary called the Odd Dance, which reminds me of Cade, sad face. After that, we have the Sparrows. We have MAPPA Mundarum. Anyway, it's a Sparrow. Then the next one is SKEDADDLE. Always have an escape plan. After that, we have 2 ships, both legendaries, where stars collide. The Sausage Ship, the Butt Plug Ship, whatever you want to call them. I think they're awesome. After that, we have Galactic HELM, another one, and this one here is actually Curse of Osiris, so it's been around for a while. Alright guys, next up, an exotic Ghost, Peerless Precision Shell, which they are giving out a lot of stuff this week. So another cool Ghost Shell to take advantage of. After that, just a regular plain old shell called Lambda Shell. Then they're also selling the boots for Dragonfly Regalia, so if you want that set, this is definitely the week to do it. Alright, so at the bottom, we have 2 ornaments. First up, it's Aim to Misbehave for the Malfeasance, which, like I said, Malfeasance is getting a change to the way the boss spawns. The thicker the curse in the Dreaming City, the more chance he has to spawn. So last week, it was the worst chance. This week, starting today, is kind of a medium chance, and then next week, you're going to see the boss sometime within that week. So get ready for that if you do not have Malfeasance. So after that, we have Viced Silver. This one is going to be for the Colony. And then moving on here, we have Respawn Animations, we have the Reboot, and then Gold Beam Effects. After that, 2 shaders, Precursor Vex Chrome, Noble Constant Red, then of course we have the Boons and the Fire Team Medallion, which you should always be using. Alright, well that is it, my friends. That's everything for this week. Like I said, I'll have some guides coming out on where to get all 10 Ascendant chests for this week when the curse is, like, you know, in its quote-unquote growing stage, or growing stronger stage. And then I'll also have the Ascendant Challenge, which is going to be next. I'll get that out as soon as possible. And then I'll keep working from there. So, as usual, thank you guys so much for watching and for supporting Sly Nation. I hope these reset guides help you out. I'm trying to make them as fast as possible, just to guys, you know, just to give you the most relevant stuff as fast as possible without getting into too much detail. So hopefully it works out for you guys. But that's it for me, y'all. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and for supporting Sly Nation. Feel free to check me out on Twitter or Facebook at Sly Nation or Sly Nation Gaming on the FB. Subscribe for more Destiny 2 and Anthem videos. Spank the thumbs up, but only if you enjoyed yourself. And keep those eyes open for more vids coming out soon. But until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll check you guys next time.